Trophy Superstore Premier League. Proudly supported by the Trophy Superstore. For all your trophies, awards and more. Welcome to the FVTV feature game. I'm Darren Lutton. We're at beautiful Teralba Park for the Round 8 Trophy Superstore Premier League clash between Mitchelton and Lions. This is one of the big ones, folks. Let's get straight to the action. Calling the game is Rafe Griffin.
Thanks very much, Darren. Beautiful night for football here at Teralba Park with the third place Mitchelton taking on second place Lions FC. These sides separated by just 1 point on the Trophy Superstore Premier League ladder, although Lions still have a game in hand against Logan. Here's how the two teams line up. Mitchelton without the services of the suspended Tim Lawson tonight. Referee is Martin Crennis, assisted by David Snape and David Porter. And it'll be Mitchelton that get us underway in this first half. Played on for the advantage here of Jansen. And Love clears away from Lions. Early corner for Mitchelton. And here it is being played in. Sharp header. Couldn't quite find the target on that occasion. Tobin. Carlos. And for Bonotto. Bonotto takes a striker goal, takes a deflection. Lumley gets to his left. Let's take a look at that. Bonotto takes a deflection. Did it come off his teammate there? And Aochi was trying to go at it into goal. Either way, sharp save from Lumley. Aochi. Butters now. And last touch off Foster. Corner here to Lions. Played in towards the near post. Glancing header. Attempted there by Butler. Aochi puts the pressure on Lumley. Swithenbank. Jansen down the right wing. Ball into the box. Delivered there for Darkwa. Shouts of a penalty claim. Lions player down on the ground. Bit of push and shove here between the two sets of players. Let's take a look at that. Zabax comes out to meet Darkwa. And referee Martin Crennis having a chat to Phil Zabax. Lions player getting back to his feet. Now referee Crennis has a chat to the Mitchelton striker in Cameron Darkwa. Just calms down the situation. On there by Reardon for Aochi. Aochi up against his former coach tonight in Sam Safe and earns the free kick on that occasion. Another ex-Wolves player, Alex Janowski. Aochi remains down. Let's take a look at that. The challenge in there on Aochi. Bit of a tug of the shirt there, and then a second effort. And Aochi earns the free kick. And Janowski takes it into the box. Aochi chests it on. Oh, and somehow the ball's being kept out of the back of the net. Aochi's claiming it's crossed the line. Now let's take a look at that. Aochi, the underside of the crossbar. Didn't look like it crossed the line at that particular point. Cleared away by McCooler in the end. Let's take a look and see if we can see it from behind on the Packfry Australia Goal Pyro replay. And on that angle, hole of the ball hasn't crossed the hole of the line. Even closer still. Good call there by the assistant, it looks like. Cleared away by Butters. Corner played in. And it's missed everyone. And glanced in there by Mitchelton. Let's see who's claiming it. Is it Jay Mehmet? Corner's played in. Jay Mehmet, yes. Gets a glancing header on it. And Mehmet opens the scoring. Shortly after the half-time break, Zabax comes over to try and stop it. unable to do so. Free header in the end there for Jay Mehmet. And Mitchelton have a 1-0 lead. Janowski. Aochi turns around, claims a penalty once again. And again, referee Krennis decides against pointing to the spot. It's the former teammates from Wolves in 2014. McCooler on Aochi. Whistle blows. Lions free kick here. That Darkwa is attempting to obstruct, and he's already been in trouble. And out comes the yellow card, this time from Martin Krennis. Going to have a bit of a word here. Lions corner. Mitchelton players gone down. Ball ends up in the back of the net here for Lions. And it's Nathan Reardon. Corner played in. It's Nathan Reardon. Rises above the pack. Lions back on level term. From the Pack Fire Australia GoPro replay. Good opportunity there, converted by Nathan Reardon. 1-1 at Teralba Park. Swithenbank. Ball into the box this time for Jansen. Now Darkwa. And referee points to the spots. Well, Cameron Darkwa, he's certainly been in the thick of the action. Referee rules the contact there from Jason Tobin. Paul McCooler steps up to take this penalty. Converts it past Phil Zabaks. Midway through the second half, Mitchelton again have a 1-goal advantage. And from the Pack Fire Australia GoPro replay, Zabaks guesses the wrong direction, and McCooler calmly slots it away. Darkwa. Well, upended there. This Lions player is in trouble in Butters. And he now goes into Martin Krennis' notebook as well. Plenty of paperwork to do for Krennis after this match. Again, another incursion into the penalty box. In stoppage time now. Perhaps one last opportunity here for Lions to avoid their first defeat of 2015. By Tobin. In towards Aochi. Then Moon links up with Aochi. And there'll be no celebration against his former coach. Warren Moon come on as a substitute. Ball onto the edge of the 6-yard box. And Kato Aochi levels it up for Lions. And it looks like their undefeated streak will remain intact. Now that we're deep in stoppage time. In fact, that's it. Mitchelton and Lions share the spoils at Teralba Park. 2-2 at full time in round 8.
Congratulations to both teams for a fantastic performance.
So Sam, 2-2. You were in front for a good portion of that game. Are you happy or are you disappointed?
Well, if you asked me before we kicked off, I'd be happy. If you ask me now, I'm disappointed. Because we got to the, I think, 93rd and a half minute. And really that's the only chance, apart from the goal, that they had in the second half. And at the moment, it seems wherever we play, Lady Luck's not on our side. But they always say it swings in roundabouts.
Both teams were really keen to get the win.
Well, of course they were. There's 3 players that play for Lions that were with me for 9, 7 and 6 years. So I know they'd be up for it. And then obviously Mooney and the other boys, they're going to be up for it. I think what we've demonstrated, and I look at ourselves, is that we've played Rochdale, who I think are a really good side, and Lions in the last 2 weeks, and we aren't lost. So I think everybody else in the top four will be delighted with that result, because it keeps the title going for a bit longer. So we just got to look after ourselves, and we're doing okay. If we can be in the top four by end of round one, then we'll have achieved what our target is, and that's to get in the top four. Well, I think this year is the hardest Premier League I've known since I've been in Brisbane in the Premier League. There's every team. I don't think there's an easy game. Yes, you've got your real top sides, but the sides that what you'd call middle to bottom, where you usually just roll over, you can't do that no more. It seems as though every game you've got to work so hard to win, and that bodes well because everybody can beat everybody.
So, Warren, 2-2 draw. You must be pleased with the resolve of your players to come back.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Toughest we've played all year. It was super physical and it was battering, and we found ourselves 2-1 down and we had to go chase the game. We showed a lot of character to come back, and pleased to get the point in the end, because you look back on the season, sometimes they're the ones that you look back on and you think that's a point gained. I felt we were comfortable until they scored from the set piece, and then a sloppy penalty to really put ourselves under pressure. And we showed character to come back, because as the game got on, it just felt like it wasn't going to happen for us, but we showed great character to come back and get a point. They had a game plan today, and I'm not going to talk about what they do and what we do. We have our house style and structure, and they have theirs. And one thing I'll say about Sam is a smart coach, and what they did today nearly paid off. And that's all I say. I suppose the Mitchelton side we faced today were completely different to Wolves. Look, every time you play Sam, you come off the park physically and emotionally drained. His side's set up to fight for 90 minutes. They're physical, they're tough, they're demanding, and you know you're in a game, so it's always a rivalry. I think Sam could coach a Cap 3 side and you'd probably come off feeling the same way. So there's no difference when you play Sam safe sides.